Hey everybody, preferred selection here with some Terraria 1.2.4. Today I'm ready to do a Fishron fight, and I'm very nervous because I don't like fighting Fishron in 720p, but it looks the best on recording, so we're gonna do it. Oh my god, he's fast. He's so fast. Fishron, you're not supposed to be this fast. Am I slow? I guess I'm used to having armor that has movement speed bonuses. I should probably have something on me that has movement speed bonus. It seems like my minions are at least attacking him, which is good. Kind of worried they wouldn't. I'm not going to be rebuilding this whole bridge out of asphalt, I'll tell you that much. So we're going to have to get used to fighting him on this bridge. He hit me, can't let him hit me. Pretty much have to do this fight without getting hit. It's not an impossible fight to do without getting, hit very often. But you can't... Like, when you turn around, you get hit, for sure. So if you're not turning around... We got caught a little bit flat-footed there. I think that might have... No, not the transformation noise, just a Fishron grunt, huh? If we get the wings, this will get a lot easier. If we get Flareon, this will get or Flareon, this will get a little easier. Not that it's too bad right now. I mean, we really cannot get hit. This has gone okay, but it's gone okay because he turned around and didn't get whacked for it. That's kind of nice. Got whacked right there though. It's gonna be a long fight. So we don't have... Summoner is not a good class for Fishron. I'm just gonna be straight with you. There's very few summons that really stay on him in a nice way. Even his own Tempest Staff doesn't do the greatest job of aggroing him. I'm actually pretty impressed with our imps right now, or not our imps, our little dudes, because they seem to be aggroing him just fine. I mean, they're not doing a great job of it, but considering how fast he is, they're doing a pretty good job of it. Got a little bit carried away, got hit when I shouldn't have gotten hit. I might not have enough damage to shoot those razor blades out of the air. Okay, got that one, but that was close. I'm not used to the second phase of this fight being significantly different than the first, but it seems like that is the case right now. I have the Star Veil equipped, which should be pretty helpful, but I'm still a little scared. Also got dark during this fight, which I mean, I started at the evening, so that's not a surprise, but makes things a little scary. One of the concerns that you actually have when you fight Fishron is you don't want him to fall off the screen, because then he... I mean, it's okay for him to fall off the screen a little bit. I had to run through that tornado if I wanted to keep my plan going. Sometimes you have to take a tornado to the face in the Fishron fight. You just have to be ready for it. Yeah, I can barely stop that razor blade attack. That's scary. I have to, like, focus down on it. I'm used to it just being a thing. It's really hard to focus on that and also hit him. Or also not get hit by him. Hitting him is not a problem. This is an untimed fight. The last thing you should be worried about in a Fishron fight is whether or not you're hitting Fishron. As long as Fishron is still sharing the same screen with you, he's going to be there to hit later. Ooh, that was bad. Just gotta keep a calm head. If you lose a little speed, just try first priorities, get back your speed. Get back your speed if you are in crappy armor like this. Just get back your speed, get back to dodging. As long as you don't get hit 3 or 4 times in a quick order. And Fishron's down. The Sharknado doesn't go away quite for a while, so just kind of wait for that to dissipate. There we go. What do we get? Razor Blade Typhoon. I'm not super excited about this, honestly. It's not one of the things that I really wanted to see from Fishron, but it is. It's definitely not the. It's not the worst thing we could have gotten. It's a pretty reasonable magic weapon. I don't know where to put it in my hotbar. I don't really want to give up the Golden Shower just yet. I hang on to the Golden Shower way too long. This is probably much better. I feel like a running theme in this Let's Play has been I complain about a drop, and then I put it in my hotbar, and it becomes a thing I use. Sorry, my phone's next to my keyboard. That vibrating is probably driving you all mad. Hey, there's a Wyvern Buddy. I won't complain about Wyvern Buddies this time, because I know why he's here. We're on a sky bridge, that's acceptable. Did I just outrun him? Like, where is he? Whatever. Not too worried about the drop. Souls of Flight used to sell for a lot, now they don't, so no big deal. The one thing that this doesn't have going for it that the Golden Shower does is the Golden Shower does cost way less mana. Alright, time to get back into the game. I'm nervous. Oh, there's a drop. Possible I should have waited today, but I mean, Fishron's eyes glow. It's not... Well, I guess his eyes don't glow until the second phase, but... I mean, I know where Fishron is. That's all that matters. It'll be daytime. It'll be daytime at some point during this fight. Might have been smart to run back and get a Swiftness Potion, but I don't have teleporters to the ocean, or teleporters anywhere set up on this world. So... I didn't want to just leave. Where'd he go? Alright, there he is. So, now that I know how hard his second phase is gonna be, his first phase actually feels like a little bit of a cakewalk. I don't want to get cocky and get hit, like I did just there. But this doesn't seem so bad now that I know how rough it's gonna get. I guess I should switch to this whenever I have full mana, but honestly, it's almost not worth it to be thinking about anything but dodging. This is an untimed fight. I've had a 25-minute Fishron fight when I was in Titanium Armor and had... The first time I fought Fishron, pretty much ever... Or, no, the first time I fought him in 1. I was in pre-mech gear. I didn't know how hard he was supposed to be. I just started a new character. Hadn't even fought like the Destroyer yet. Like, I didn't have a Hollowed Bar or a Mega Shark to my name. And I fought Fishron with, like, nothing. Like, I had Titanium Armor, I had Star Veil. And I think my weapon was, like, Crystal Storm or something. But, you know, it got the job done. It was a long fight, but it got the job done. In fact, it was a lot easier than this fight, because Titanium Armor Star Veil is like 20 more defense than we have right now in the melee gear, which I'm always in the melee gear for Titanium. And you also have the insane bonus where if you're doing damage, you get to get hit once for free. So that was actually really close to losing the important part of the fight. When he goes into his second phase, you need to be near him because he can really, like, he's stationary while he transforms, and it's easy to get far away from him. This could be bad. Can't get hit for a bit. Just running away as much as possible. Alright, we're getting back into the territory where we could get hit again. This is why I make such a long bridge. Hitting my head on Sky Islands is kind of a pain. I'll have to remember that there's a Sky Island, like, right there, and that it's a problem. I'm running a little bit farther away from him than I normally would like to, but... Okay, now I'm back to where I can comfortably run through a Sharknado to turn around. Which I think is worth it. Like, it's better to run through a Sharknado than to have no plan. And it sucks that we had to get hit there twice quickly in a row, but we're still doing okay. Now we're not doing okay. It's okay, we get to heal in... Whoa! Missed the spacebar key on my keyboard. Can't say that that happens very often. Am I getting too far away from... I mean, he seems to be able to... It seems like in Tiki Armor, because there's no real good armor bonus, it seems like I can run about as far away from him as I humanly can, and it'll be okay, unless he's... I mean, I could probably still get screwed if he's, like, switching phases. But in his second phase, at least, it seems like I can run far away from him and still be okay. When you're making an arena, and you put little solid blocks for the purposes of hanging heart lanterns, never underestimate your ability to run into them at an important moment. Seems to happen to me all the time. Sorry that Fishron's off the screen for like half of these fights. It's kind of necessary to stay alive. We'll be able to get a little bit more up close and personal with him when I have better... Well, I don't know. I'm not really going to have better gear in a Summoner Let's Play. So we won't really ever get up close and personal with him, but... You know what? That's fun. Oh, that hit me. Didn't expect that to. So Fishron's down. Just get away from the Sharknado. Whew. Alright, 2 fights I think is... I need a little bit of a mental break after that. Okay, Tsunami I'm super happy about. Tsunami is also, like, still honestly not in, like, my top 3 Fishron drops that I'd like right now. I'd really like a Tempest Staff. But Tsunami's really good. I don't have any arrows on me, so I can't show it off, but it is good enough that it might be the next thing we use for the moons. Might be one of the best weapons in the game. At least one of the... It's definitely one of the best range weapons in the game. I think. I don't know. People argue a lot about what the best range weapons are, so maybe I shouldn't say anything. Rapid is okay reforge, I guess. I mean, it's not any kind of damage reforge, and I kind of like a damage reforge. But I also don't know how much I'll realistically use that weapon. Get out like a platinum. These things are cheap enough to reforge. Celestial might be good enough to stop. Is it? I don't know how often I'm going to be using this weapon because I don't have... like 16 mana is a lot out of 200. Godly Tsunami. Okay, that's going to be probably our main for a little bit. Gonna get some arrows out and show it off. I really don't want to retire the Golden Shower. I'm not quite sure what our weapon situation is right now. Maybe I could move the pick saw off the hotbar. Move the fishing rod off the hotbar for now. Ammo. Okay. Our ammo situation's so silly. We've got so many... You know what? Honestly, if I'm using the Tsunami, am I using the Mega Shark? That's a really odd question, because they're very different weapons. Very different weapons with different purposes. Like this I'm using for Chlorophyte homing bullets. I can definitely put the crystal bullets away, because I'm not... Like, if I'm shooting this, I want to be shooting Chlorophyte. I think this still I want it in my hotbar. Alright, I did grab a couple arrows. So I grabbed 22 arrows, and I'm going to show this off a little bit. Fire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I still have 17 arrows. These shots of 5 arrows each, they only take 1 arrow, which is really neat. I guess I'll use Jester's arrows. I feel comfortable walking around with Jester's arrows. They're piercing, they're pretty good, but they're not so good that I'll feel like I'm wasting my best potential arrows. I'm gonna get a Swiftness Potion. I'm gonna go do the Fishron fight again, but this time I'm gonna take a Swiftness Potion and move a little faster. Four-minute duration means that it'll run out. It'll run out in the middle of the fight. Do I want Iron Skin? I mean, Iron Skin's kind of pointless when you're getting... I'll take Archery. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tap B in the middle of the fight. Probably around the second stage beginning, because that's about going to be where we get 4 minutes of use out of the potion. I think we can handle the first stage of Fishron pretty easily now. Sorry if I'm not really doing the best job of showing off new weapons, but I don't really... I mean, I am about to do that, but we haven't really been in a situation where I can showcase weapons without giving something up. Like, if I just play around with the Razorblade Typhoon and the Tsunami too much, I could lose to this boss pretty easily. And I don't want to be thinking about weapons too much, so I might... What I'm prefacing is that I might switch off of the Tsunami really quickly if I'm having trouble hitting Fishron. So just be ready for that. Go ahead and summon that spider, although we probably won't be using him for this fight. I really don't want him off my hotbar, though. Yeah, I like the idea of Razorblade Typhoon, but I don't like how quickly it runs through mana, so I think it's not going to be in our hotbar. Okay. Ooh, I don't like this. I don't like, I mean, it's kind of working out, but... Is it working out? And they go pretty straight. I'm thinking a lot about aiming at him, which I don't like. Like, it's not auto-fire. Yeah, I just feel so much more comfortable with knives. It might be a longer fight, but I feel so much more comfortable. Just having that spread shot. The Tsunami we can use on, like, the Morning Woods, or... Maybe we'll do, like, a... Maybe we'll do, like, a goofy destroyer fight or something to show it off, or... Twins, or something. Oh, that's not an area we want to be. Didn't get punished for it too much. Pretty much, the way I like to look at Fishron is... Every mistake you make, you'll probably get hit if you don't panic. Like, if you panic, you could die, but you'll probably just get hit once for making a mistake. Every time you turn around, you want to budget for a mistake, even though you might not necessarily make one. Those Souls of Flight are still sitting there. Yeah, I guess it's not super hard to go over Sharknadoes. I always feel like it's not worth trying to do, but... Seems like it wasn't too difficult to go over them there. We have a lot of low sky islands, so those are kind of a pain. You know, I was thinking about using those sky islands, mining up those rain cloud blocks and doing something cool with rain clouds. And I'm glad, at least for now, I'm glad that I didn't, because they're a nice indicator of when I'm about to run into a sky island. They do their job pretty well. I should be careful not to get too far away from him right now, because he could transform soon. Thought that might have been it. Yeah, Vampire Knives also seem really easy for popping bubbles, because they fire a lot of projectiles. Did he split? Yeah, he split. Alright, so now we're going to pop our buffs, where you should be a lot faster. I don't feel a ton faster, but I guess I'm faster. Yeah, I guess I do feel faster. Don't want to get hit for it, though. Don't want to be lazy suddenly. Yeah, I've got a lot of respect for these twins. They've done a good job during this fight. During these fights. I've certainly never felt like the Tempest staff or the Raven staff did anything amazing. That was awkward. Making a lot of Sharknadoes on me. They're hard to dodge when you make them all the time. Yeah. All of a sudden I feel like getting a little bit more Sharknadoes than I bargained for. Pretty hard thing to dodge. Fishron. You don't always make those this much in your second stage, do you? You just don't notice normally. Just barely got the heal off there. That could have been bad. I'd hate to lose this fight after doing so well in the others, but I really don't like the turnaround we have on the right side of this arena. You know, if I show you this arena, it basically runs for half the length of a small world map, as you can probably tell. You know, this would be excessive for fighting, like... This arena would be excessive for fighting the Wall of Flesh for your first time. That's how long it is. But I felt like... it was pretty necessary, and as you can see how awkward I am when I turn around fighting Fishron, you guys probably agree with me that this was a necessary endeavor. You know, I guess I popped an archery potion. I should probably be using bow a little bit. There we go. Fishron's dead. Use the bow to finish him. Ooh, don't want to stand in that Sharknado. You know, I really think that it's a little bit silly that there's the Sharknadoes, like, even after you're done with the Fishron fight. Bubble gun. Okay, so we've hit the trifecta. At least it's got a good reforge right away. This item does a ton of damage, but it is definitely like... We need to do more Fishron fights, because the bubble gun is not very good. Like, it's... It doesn't use very much mana, and it does a ton of damage, but it's just a really awkward weapon. Like, this is me firing it. You can see that the bubbles do not travel very far away from you. You know, it honestly might be okay for the moons, like as an auxiliary weapon. I could consider it. I'm gonna go looking for those Souls of Flight now while I'm thinking about it. Worth like 16 silver. Can't leave 16 silver lying around. Not when I'm too lazy to turn on my jellyfish statue. And just print platinum by the hour. Was it kind of around here? There we go. Yeah, 12 silver. Totally worth it. Totally worth backtracking. You know, I find that in Terraria, I often... Yeah, let's parse out how much... Yep, 12 silver. At least we got some greater healing potions out of the Fishron fight. There's a silver lining on that. Yeah, I don't mind the bubble gun. I probably have a little bit more respect for it than the Razor Blade Typhoon. I mean, they're both really good weapons. They're both, you know, some of our first blue weapons. But just not quite what we need right now. Am I retiring the Golden Shower? I don't know. I think... I think I'd rather just say goodbye to the Razor Blade Typhoon for a little bit. That's probably... or the Tsunami, or... No, the Tsunami we need to play with because it's new. We have so many weapons that we haven't really shown off. And they're all about as good as each other. You know what? Steering around my optic staff things isn't that important. So I can move the optic staff down to... or I can move the optic staff down to second row, and the pirate staff can go in the piggy bank. We played with pirates a little bit. Yeah, I feel alright about this hotbar. True Knight's Edge is gonna be my main, I guess. The weapons that I am too afraid to put away, but kind of want. Yeah, I'll try it like this for a bit. So it's definitely time for me to go get some more truffle worms and go for the Flareon. The wings I don't care about. I know that they're rare, but the Flareon and the Tempest Staff, I want at least one of those. Like, they would be really helpful. Maybe we'll intersperse a moon just to have a pumpkin moon, and I think we've got good enough weapons now that we can get the wood that we need, for the spooky wood that we need for our plans. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll... Alright, so next episode we'll probably do Pumpkin Moon. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching.